Colorado drops their final game against Kansas State in the snow and the cold in Manhattan. And Colorado falls to 3-9 here, 1-8 in the Big 12. And Matt, I want to get your biggest takeaways from the season as a whole. Let's kind of sum it up here. But before I get your takeaways, I want to get Coach Prime's comments on the season as a whole. Take a listen.
Win, I don't mind a clap. When I lose, I don't mind a boo. I played this game. I know this game like the back of my hand, and I love this game, and I love all the ups and downs, the ins and outs about it. And I'm built for every last bit of it. But if anybody's built to reconcile and to get this back on course, it's me. And I will do it if it's the last thing I do on earth. Trust me when I tell you. This was the Last Supper. God bless.
Now, 3-9, he had one good season with Shedeur and Travis last year, 4-8 the year before. Matt, we discussed it off air before. The Last Supper reference is a little bit confusing as to what the future means for him, like Coach Prime himself and CU. But Matt, give me your biggest takeaways from the season as a whole as CU finishes 3-9 here.
It was a dumpster fire. It was a fucking dumpster fire from the start. I mean, I sent you this thing that Brian Howell tweeted. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, put it up. Brian Howell, obviously a huge friend of the show, friend of mine, great guy. He has covered so many bad Buffalo teams. I feel sorry for him. I thought we were for this BH. We ain't. It's crazy that Colorado lost all 6 of these games and couldn't find a way to finish strong. Georgia Tech tied 22 minutes left. BYU, 21-17 lead in the fourth quarter. TCU, 21-21 with 7 minutes left. West Virginia, down 22-19 in the fourth quarter. Arizona State, which we lost 42-17, down 21-17 in the fourth quarter, and then, bam, Ronald fucking Coleman. K-State, down 17-14 with 7 minutes left. So, I see that, and I go, we're pretty shitty that we can't figure out a way to win these games. And all I can do is go off of my own experience, which isn't really relevant in this case anymore, because I want to know how much of this team is going to come back and rectify this. I know the head coach is going to come back and try and rectify it, but how many of your soldiers are taking it as personal as you?
Good question.
So when I was a freshman at CU in 2000, which is a long time ago, we were 3-8. And if you pull up our schedule, pull up the schedule from 2000, the year 2000, when old McChesney was a whip, and an 18-year-old snot-nosed freshman playing out there getting my ass kicked by Leonard Davis and shit. It was fun. Shouldn't have been playing probably as a freshman, but I was. And it was awesome, and we sucked. But if you look at all the games, it's 28-24 loss to CSU, 17-14 to SC, 17-14 to Washington.
Yep.
Kansas State beat the fuck out of us. It's winning at Kyle Field 26-21. It's, it's tight game after tight game after tight game. And then the team decided, and I remember in the locker room after we lost at Nebraska when they were ranked 8th, and we lost, we went up on them. Craig Oaks threw a touchdown to Machete in the back corner. We went up. What was the score of that game, Bailey?
Nebraska game?
Yeah, in 2000.
It's 30.
I think it's
34 Nebraska.
34-32 Nebraska. So we go up 32-31 with 30 seconds left. We squib kick it. It ricochets off the fucking frontline guy. They recover it, throw 2 out routes, and hit like a 56-yard field goal to beat us 34-31. And I remember in the locker room afterwards, okay, Victor Rogers and Andre Girard, who is the offensive line coach in Boulder, and Justin Bannon, and Michael Lewis and Donald Strickland and Jay Sean Sykes and the fucking leaders of that team that were all coming back saying this shit is over. The offseason starts tomorrow. Coach Barnett didn't have to say shit. I haven't heard a damn thing from the players. So the core of this team, Jordan Seaton, Omarion Miller, the other Miller, Slaughter, Byard, Davis Swain, Merritt, McPherson, and I'm missing guys. Williams, sophomore, Juju. Are y'all taking this as personal, or are you counting checks? Are you trying to get paid again off 3 and 9? Because to be completely honest with you, nobody's getting an up. Coach Prime should renegotiate his contract if he knew we were really doing what's best for the university, right? The players, if you're going to hold Coach Prime and see you hostage after going 3 and 9? What kind of bargaining power do you think you really have? So I hope that's not happening. Not saying it is. Hope it's not. Mm-hmm. The season as a whole is extremely disappointing. I don't look at close losses like, hey, this is pretty cool. I look at it like, man, if we ever had anything to play for other than ourselves, and we were actually a cohesive unit and gave a shit about each other and played for the fucking name on the front of the jersey instead of the name on the back, maybe you wouldn't be in this situation. Maybe those 6 of those 7 losses are wins. Maybe not. Again, I played on a team as a freshman that everybody was bought into the Colorado mantra, and we still went 3 and 8. I played on a team when I was a junior. We still went 5 and 7. That said, after the failure, there was a resurgence. After a 4 and 8 failure, there was a resurgence. But I think it was spawned by the leadership of Shador and Travis and Horn and Wester and guys like that were in the room. And Green and Hill Green, like a lot of really good veterans. Guys that had been here and gone through 4 and 8. There were a lot of those guys that came back on that team last year. So now you're 3 and 9. You're the laughingstock of college football. I think it's the most disappointing season in the entirety of college football. Like at $10 million coach, you won the Heisman last year. You went 9 and 4. You resurrected a program that had been hurting, that hadn't really had a lot to celebrate since 2016 when they went 10 and 2 and won the Pac-12 South. Yep. We haven't won a bowl game since I was a fucking senior in 2004, and I'm 44 years old now. Okay. We had a 1st-round draft pick. We had a 5th-round draft pick. We had 6th-round draft picks. We had another 5th-round draft pick in Horn. There's 5 or 6 guys on that team that are all balling out in the NFL, a bunch of guys on practice squads. I understand Coach Prime was sick. That was the offseason. The offseason failures in personnel and development fall directly on Corey Phillips and Box and the scouting department and the coaches because Coach Prime wasn't there. The in-season inability to change, to acclimate, to run the football consistently. Again, the leading rusher for your Colorado Buffaloes, the University of fucking Colorado leading rusher. Over the last 3 years, we haven't had a guy go over 400 combined yards. 400. We can't have one fucking back that goes over 400 yards in 3 years. You're telling me that we had a back. Go to the 1-11 season. Who was our leading rusher, and how many yards did he have? Because that's every prime sexual is like, oh my God, yeah. Well, we can't run the ball for more than 400 yards with one guy. But we got the number 1 tackle in the world, whose draft stock is plummeting most likely because of his tape last year. And then here's another question. I'm removing myself right now from being a Buffalo supporter and fan when I talk about this. I am not telling anyone to leave, and I want to reiterate this. They don't listen to me anyway, so what the fuck? They're listening to Buffton Prime, though. I just got to talk to him about his stupid red hat. Dog can't wear red. We don't wear red here. I know you're an Indiana guy, but fuck.
I don't know if he has much allegiance like you do, but yeah.
He has no allegiance. And it's one of the things I like about the guy. He doesn't give a fuck. And you know what? He's right about a ton of shit. So I haven't really watched too many videos and talked to him too many times where I'm like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. No, he pretty much is fucking dead on with like 99.9% of this shit. On top of all the players that reach out to him for help, the guys who reach out to me for help. it feels like high school, bro. Like they cornered Xavier Hill, and Xavier's done there now. He doesn't play for CU anymore. They cornered Xavier Hill when he came to fucking work with me for that day and ostracized him for going to get help. They didn't ask him what he did.
You see what T-Cal said about Colton and Brandon Hood? Where
of course they did. Of course. And it's true. They had 11 open scholarships they didn't use, and they couldn't put Hood's brother on scholarship to keep the Thorpe winner here. You wanted to negotiate with Phil Green,
saying he thought he deserved more of an opportunity than they didn't want it. And then McKinney held out.
I thought Coach Prime didn't deal with players holding out.
Do you want to hear?
It's all bullshit, bro. This is my point. There's a front being put up that everyone's just being asked to just fucking accept. And I know Colorado fans have been through the mud for a long time, but we're not dumb. And you can't convince us that our program doesn't have tradition and fucking passion, and and people don't support people we're supporting when we were dog shit. The same way that they support Coach Prime. They show out. You think that's the first time the stadium's been sold out, dog? So I've gotten to the point here now where Coach Prime just said to the Buffalo Country here, he will fix this if it's the last thing he does. So fix it. Fix it. And don't get fucking mad when people question what you're doing, because you have allowed that going 4-8, 9-4, and then 3-9, and 1-8 in the Big 12, and getting your ass beat and out-coached in damn near every game. The reason we lost Georgia Tech and BYU and TCU and all these close games is because we got out-coached, guys. Iowa State, go back and watch the Iowa State game. We played almost perfect, and they played fucking terrible. They were awful. But they're going to a bowl game. That's our only conference win. You think Matt Campbell's happy about that? No. We got to go to Ames next year. That should be fun.
Oh, boy.
What can I say about Ames, Iowa that I haven't said about fucking Afghanistan? Okay, so look, that's the thing that angers me the most about the entire season is that we have a roster riddled with NFL players. Period. Even this year. Last year was stacked. This year, Jordan Seaton should be the first tackle off the board. Should be. I don't know if he's going to be. He's got 3 offensive line coaches. I don't know who's coaching him. But then I would say to Jordan, how hard are you exploring the transfer portal? How hard are you getting fucking pulled? If you don't think people are tampering and calling Jordan Seaton, you're fucking high. It's the first phone call I would make if I was an offensive line coach. If I was an offensive line, if I'm Lane Kiffin and I got to LSU today, I would fucking go into my offensive line room and go, hey, offensive line coach, Jordan Seaton plays left tackle at CU. They went 3-9. You think you'd like to come to LSU and play for me and go first round? Might have to make a phone call. Get a hold of his people. Message him on fucking Twitter or fucking Instagram. It's not real hard to get a hold of people.
Lane loves Twitter.
It's not fucking hard to get a hold of people, dog.
Facts.
And all you got to say to him is this. That's it. Your stock is nosedived. Your tape wasn't that good. The Utah defensive end wore you out. Why do you want to stay in Boulder? What's our retort? How do we say to him, how, if you represent Jordan Seaton, how do you say to him, you should just be loyal? What? There's none of that. There's no fucking loyalty anymore, dog. We're going to talk about Lane Kiffin here in a second. We might as well right now. There ain't no fucking loyalty.
Hold on. Let me say this, Matt. Lane Kiffin will do what you said about Seaton after meeting with the number 1 tackle that LSU already had in fucking what's his name, Lamar Brown.
They're the number 1 defensive
but Dion won't. I'll throw that out there. Matt, you mentioned roster, and Colorado obviously is loaded roster. They don't have they're not a team. They don't mesh it.
They have a roster, but not a team. Thank you, Bailey. I don't know if I could put it better.
They don't mesh at all.
So look, in the information age, ignorance is a choice. If you want to be ignorant as a player and act like you can't get better, that's a choice. Brett Coolidge played next to Jordan Seaton in IMG. I don't know why Jordan's scared to come down to the gym and work, but he won't.
Ooh. Yeah.
And he's probably being told by the people in Boulder that I can't help them. But I'll coach fucking circles around all three of the guys they got in the room. And that includes my friend Dre. Period. Y'all three didn't play the other side of the ball. You don't know the shit like I do mentally. So I'm not even trying to go do that. There's no way I could get the job anyway because I would challenge everything that we're doing at every fucking step. And they don't want that in the room. Mm-hmm. So again, let's just be real on what we're talking about here. Until the sensitivity stops, until we're really focused on building a team instead of compiling a roster, Bailey, fucking gold. Mm-hmm. Until we're focused on people earning their checks rather than getting a check. Until we're focused on not just hiring guys so they can go get another job, because that's what they did with Marshall Faulk. Period.
And Coach
Prime used his platform to hire his friend to help his friend go get another job as a head coach somewhere else. Coach Faulk, I guarantee you there's 900 other guys that are more qualified for that job than Coach Marshall Faulk. Yeah. He's been a coach one time. And I don't care if he doesn't like it. I'll never talk to Marshall Faulk again. I don't give a shit. We're not sending any guys to Southern, most likely. There's a bunch of white boys in Colorado. Fuck, dog.
Shit. And by the way,
and if you get mad at me for saying that, obviously you don't know what Southern is.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to look, man, this entire conundrum can be fixed if they double down and focus on toughness and team building and actually evaluating players rather than just mass offering. Like, oh, this kid got offered in the transfer portal. Oh, well, we got to go get him. He's big. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? So if you won't turn over rocks and you won't dig deep in the transfer portal and evaluate every player, not just the ones at the top, then your laziness and your complacency, this is what you get. You get a bunch of guys who don't care, a bunch of mercenaries who don't give a shit. Now, they played hard as shit on Saturday.
Yeah, they were competing.
I was impressed with how hard they played. They played hard. No one looked like they quit. Still, the outcome is the outcome. And people are just looking at the 3-9, myself included. And I think we could have been 9-3 with this roster. But we have a guy who our leading rusher is 384 yards rushing, and we had 3 quarterbacks play. So all the indecisiveness tells me that we don't have a fucking plan. We're just kind of doing shit. We're not game planning for people. I know for a fact that there were multiple weeks where they didn't game plan. They practiced against themselves, against Utah and Arizona State. The entire bye week, they practiced against themselves. They didn't practice against Arizona or Utah until the following week. Okay? They don't do drill work. They don't do double team work. They don't do 9-on-7. There's a lot of shit that they just don't do that tough, good college football teams do. I know everybody's enamored with throwing the ball all over the yard. If you go look at the top teams in college football, they all have one thing in common. They can all run the ball, with the exception of Alabama. Alabama can't run the ball worth dick for some odd reason. Everybody else, you go look at the top rushing teams in college football, take away Navy, Army, and Air Force, and you've got who? Texas A&M. You've got Ole Miss. You've got Texas. You've got fucking Ohio State. You definitely have Michigan. Like, it's not Indiana runs the fucking shit out of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, Mendoza had like 20 fucking throws, bro. Like 17 for 20, 300 yards. I wonder why. Oregon hammers the fucking rock. SC hammers the fucking rock. Like, and you're telling me you wouldn't take 8-3? There's people like, oh, they should fire everybody at Michigan. Motherfucker, what? You're 2 years off a national title. You beat Ohio State 4 years in a row. They're better than you this year. Reload.
Yeah, 8-3, the true freshman kid could really play.
And let's look. This is what I want to see from Coach Prime. I need to see the maturity as a coach, not as a player or an ex-player, because You don't play anymore, dog. You haven't played in 40 years, 30 years, whatever it is. Okay? Everyone knows that you're the best corner ever. We know. We're talking about Coach Prime the coach, not Prime the player. I need to see you be able to hand off the reins to somebody that knows what they're doing, that is actually going to fucking teach how to run the football correctly. Or next, folks, this is the number one priority. This is not a fucking joke anymore. I am signaling the caution flares here. This is a problem. This is now a trend. This is 3 straight years of not giving a fuck about the run game.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And yeah, they tried to make it better this year with 120 yards rushing a game. Great. If you can get 120 yards rushing a game, you can get 240 if you'll just commit to it.
Lean into it, yeah.
With 3 quarterbacks that you're playing, one of which you gave all this money to as a run-first guy, and you didn't build an offense around him to run him, he should have been the leading fucking rusher on the team. Make him earn every fucking penny of that $800,000, and then all of a sudden he's got 1,000 yards rushing and God knows what receiving, and we're winning games because we're actually going towards the fucking the positive attributes of our personnel. Hayden is a good player. Welch is a good player. Ron Coleman, probably not a running back. But
yeah.
The offensive line's big as fuck. They went out and spent all this money to get all this meat up front, and they didn't run a double team one motherfucking time all year. They didn't run duo one time. They didn't fucking double team with Xavier Hill or Jordan Seaton one fucking time. One time. I watched the Broncos last night when their backs were against the wall. They put an extra offensive lineman in the game, 2 tight ends, and said, hey, Washington, fuck you. And they aced the nose tackle. They deuced the 3 technique. They trade blocked the fucking 5 technique, and they ran for like 13 fucking yards. And went up and won the fucking game.
I bet I can count. They do that multiple times a drive. Like, fuck, so you ain't done the whole season.
You're doing it with a quarterback that can't throw in Salter, but he can damn sure run. A banker. No offense, Stop. We love you, but you ain't playing quarterback there ever again. And a freshman who should have been playing the whole fucking time. So I'll reiterate here what I've been saying all year, and I said before the season. Why wasn't Juju ready? He early enrolled, and he didn't play his senior year of high school. Why didn't your staff have him ready? You want to know why? Because you were sick and they're lazy. And you know what? They're all still employed. So again, now it's been
Marshall leaving.
The only fucking guy that's gone is Marshall, and he got a head job. Congratulations, Marshall. I hope it goes well. It's 1:33 on Monday, the 1st of December. There's coaches getting hired and fired literally fucking everywhere on playoff teams and shit. The 12 seed's not going to have their coach. The 7 seed's not going to have their coach. I'm sure the playoffs are going to be awesome. Way to go, NCAA. We'll talk about that here in a fucking minute. What a joke this all is. But I thought changes were coming. Well, dude, win. And I understand that they keep things tight to the vest. My ass. They got more leaks up there than the fucking Titanic.
Ooh, yeah. I mean,
Buff and Prime's got more information than any non-buff ever should get. No offense. I love his content. He does a great job. But what the fuck? All these kids got to go to him? Like, the linemen need to come to me? What are we talking about? So change what you're doing. Please, fucking Christ, change. If it's the Last Supper, now look, you're going to have to forgive me, all the religious zealots in the fucking comments, okay? I'm a godless heathen atheist. I don't really know, but I have read the Bible, and I'm pretty sure that after the Last Supper, what do they do to Jesus? Yeah, they stapled his ass to a cross and fucked him up proper, didn't they? So what does that mean? What does this mean, man?
I'm just confused.
Confused, bro. I just someone in the comments try and tell me what this is supposed to mean. The Last Supper, like we're all about to get fucked up, because I'm pretty sure like they fed a bunch of the apostles to lions and shit and stoned a bunch of the other ones and crucified everybody else. So does that mean that like something terrible is about to happen and he's going to resurrect like Jesus? I don't know.
There's been implying that Prime was betrayed by his staff.
Bro. I'm so confused. I feel like I need to go to fucking religion school in order to cover this team correctly. And that shit ain't happening. Santa Claus is only acceptable in my house for 2 weeks a year. The Christmas tree ain't even up yet. So,
Jesus. Well, yeah, happy holidays.
I just don't get it. Someone tell me what's this supposed to mean. What do you mean it's the last supper? Like training tables over?
Chat is.
So look,
I didn't even give an answer. Look, nobody fucking knows.
All joking aside.
Yeah.
I really, really hope that Coach Prime can look at himself and stop being Coach Prime and start being Coach Sanders.
Mm.
And Coach JB said this 2 years ago, and I was like, ha, ha. And I hate that, but he's right. I need you to stop being Coach Prime, the guy who knows everything. And I need you to be Coach Sanders, the guy who needs help. And you need help with time management. You need help with in-game situational football. You need help with people that are on your staff that are actually going to challenge your narrative, because no one there will. Everybody there just loves the fact that you're giving them a job. And I hate to say that to you, Coach, but you're surrounded by yes men. You're surrounded by them. Everybody's your buddy. No one wants to hurt your feelings. Your friend isn't going to tell you the truth, dog. Well, let me reiterate. A real friend is going to tell you the truth to the point where they'll lose their job.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells, the two Bills, on 30 for 30. Those two fucking guys have so much respect for each other and also hate each other so much. It's like you can feel it through the TV.
Right, yeah.
Like, I respect him so much, but I fucking hate his face. That's, honestly, I don't know how you're supposed to coach without that. Yeah. Like, if you're sitting in the meeting room and I'm looking at the paperwork and I'm going, we had, let's just pull up the Arizona State doc. Or fuck it, pull up Kansas State. Let's see what they rushed for in this game. Okay, because I'm just going to use the most recent clips. And then we can go back to Georgia Tech and go over how they ran the ball there. And I'm going to sit there and go, I understand that we're blaming this all on the players because that's what we do here. I get it. But in the meeting room that I'm sitting in right now, there's like 4 Hall of Famers and all these big dicks and all these guys getting paid lots of money. And I'm on the coaching staff too, so I'm just going to say this. Why do we only run the fucking ball 20 times? What are we trying to do? Shador don't play here anymore. Travis Hunter's not on the team anymore. Wester and Horner gone. Shepard gone. He just got picked up by Green Bay on the active roster. Congratulations. We don't utilize our tight end. We don't fucking have a fullback. Everything's fucking loosey-goosey zone. Everyone turn your shoulders to the left. Run.
Oh, I saw your breakdown this weekend on Twitter.
So Kansas State.
Did
you see the video I posted?
Holy shit, man. I saw your breakdown on Twitter.
If you'll post it, do you have the video?
Or it's somebody saying nothing. I'm just like, oh.
Do you have the video?
Yeah, give me 30 seconds. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, but look, my point is like, Kansas State, what did we do? Hold on. I am at home, idiot. What are you talking about, dog? I would say all of this if I was on the fucking coaching staff. I'm saying it now.
Be on staff.
I'm not putting my fucking name. I'm not some fucking anonymous account. You don't think they're gonna hear this? They watch everything we do. So one of the rats up there is gonna be like, "Ooh, cheese," and they're gonna fucking find this cheese and take it to Coach Prime and be like, "Oh, look, Matt McChesney's the enemy," when really I'm your biggest asset, and your fucking coward ass goddamn cronies that can't fucking handle me or whatever are scared shitless of real football. They're going to feed you the cheese. You're going to eat it, just like the stupid fucks in the comment. It's okay, prime sexuals. You sound real smart. So what I'm trying to say is cheese. Yeah, the fucking little bit of cheese. We got a little bit of cheese here today on this fucking mousetrap, right? Ding, ding, you're fucking Lord dead, cheese. Christ. So what I'm trying to say, in no uncertain terms here, is until there's somebody in the room that's actually going to say, why don't we do certain things that lead to winning? We're going to lose. We don't have Superman Shador and Heisman Trophy winning Travis Hunter anymore. We told Hill Green he wasn't worth the money. He's going to go first day at Alabama. We told Hood his brother couldn't be on scholarship. He gone. We paid the wrong corner. McKinley didn't have, he's undrafted. We didn't replace the defensive line. Sammy Sachs got hurt, and apparently our entire line went to shit. Arden Walker can only do so much. Arden, I feel for you, and I love you. Otis and Branch and the other Otis and Branch, and what's the other one? What's the other big defensive lineman? McKinley?
Branch, and I don't know if it's McKinley. There's another
McNeil, 88.
Yeah, Lee McNeil, or Mari McNeil. It's Aleem's his
The
older
door
brother.
is right over there. Thanks for your time. Davis Swain, time to get to work, homeboy, and be a fucking badass 3 technique and CU history. McPherson and Merritt, time to take the fuck over and start as sophomores and never leave the field, ever. Ever. Period. Bro, shit's got to change. Or what do you expect these kids to do? Sit around and suck? Or are they trying to go to the league? Because these are players that Coach Prime has already said are NFL caliber players. That's why he brought them in. Well, they're not getting NFL caliber development. They're getting NFL caliber hype.
Yeah, that's real.
So unless you're going to double down on fucking development and stop being so sensitive about development and stop being sensitive about fucking chess or checkers and stop being fucking sensitive and aggravated about people who are fucking experts in their opinions that are right, start embracing it instead of fucking acting like it's a problem. It's not a problem. The problem is you don't think it's a problem. And I grew up with a drunk, okay? I love my pops to death, but he loved the bottle, all right? And until he decided to say, I have a problem, there was a problem for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So again, all this is like, it's like trying to deal with somebody who doesn't think there's an issue, or it's all about the players. It may be, look, they may have been bad players, yes, but they also received awful coaching, no development, no game plans, lazy, entitled, I'm glad I have a job shit. You put Andre Gerard in the box.
Yeah, well,
could you castrate him anymore? I love you, Dre. I know you're mad at me. I'm sorry. We'll get over it, bro. When we see each other, we can wrestle on Franklin Field like a couple of bears and then fucking get up and hug it out. And you can kick me in the nuts and I'll kick you in the nuts and we'll move on with our fucking lives. Okay? I think they castrated you by putting you in the box. You got 3 offensive line coaches and he's not the fucking first voice. No wonder. Gunner's a yes man. Gunner's a fucking yes man. And Hangman, what do you do here? Other than your Coach Prime's friend.
Well, Gunner is your run game coordinator on paper. Shoot.
Well, think about this, Coach Sapp, Coach Pecco, and the other defensive line guy. The other D-line guy is the only one I ever see out there with hand pads getting work in with the guys. What is Sapp and Pecco? What do you do here? Do you recruit? Are we actually going to go recruit now? Are we recruiting actively now? Do we have coaches at all the Colorado high schools? Because I know Jim Moore is already on the trail. He's already dropping commits.
We haven't even talked about that. Jim Moore CSU. You gotta do that because CSU now. Like
I got this Jim Moore Jr.'s on his fucking team's already fucking getting a hold of the guy who wants to meet at the gym.
Really? Oh shit.
Oh
no
shit. No shit. Well, fuck. I mean, Eric Pierce and Morgan Pierce kids work out there at 6-0. Mm-hmm. And Eric played for 15 fucking years in the league and is one of CSU's greatest players. And Morgan's his brother who played right next to him at CSU. Their kids are in the fucking gym. So, yeah, it wasn't real hard to connect. On top of the fact that, like, anyone that comes here knows where to go. It's like I put a post up today on Twitter. Especially if you're an O-lineman, a D-lineman, or a pass rusher. This is from college coaches. If you're not in the gym and you live in Colorado, that is a massive red flag. That doesn't mean you won't get to where you want to go, but my goal is for my guys to stay there and contribute, not just get there. Thanks. You know, watching the fucking games all weekend. Texas A&M, man, you can't beat Texas. That sucks.
That's tough game. Yeah. It's just...
But, hey, Texas is at home. Texas A&M's in the playoff. We'll see what happens. The SMU Cal game, I know no one gave a shit about that, but I got to watch Bates and AK fucking kill each other the whole game.
Yeah.
And Braden Miller out there bodying people up. God, those 3 would look good. Those 4 would look good in black and gold is all I'm saying.
That Cal quarterback can play too, boy.
Oh, freshman,
lefty.
balling.
Yeah.
Freshman played all year, set records.
Yeah, so was there a real starter?
We're guarding our freshman. We're guarding our 5-star and letting him redshirt. So what? We developed him for the next guy?
Oh.
Are you talking to TC, Lewis, and Juju about the hire for the offensive coordinator? If you're not, you want to lose them. It's bigger than just hiring a coach now. You better go talk to the fucking quarterback and his pops about what they expect and ask them this question. TC and Juju, do you think that we ran the ball enough? Do you think we were physical running the ball enough? And would you like to have more support in the run game and be a more pro-style run game, which our personnel allows? We have good backs. We have big people. We have good offensive linemen. For the first time ever, the offensive line wasn't the biggest problem. So, but the scheme sucked. It sucked. It was terrible. What do you think they're going to say? No? We just want to fucking throw the ball 60 times a game and run for our lives and get our hair pulled out. I can't wait to go back to West Virginia and get scalped. Oh, fuck!
Yeah, I mean, this is real shit, though.
So, again, everybody wants to get fucking fired up. We're 3-9. We're a dumpster fire. Shit's bad. Prime sexuals. Take one hand, coat it with fucking sandpaper, and stick it up your ass. I don't give a fuck what y'all say anymore. You ain't really CU fans. You're a fucking fan of a person. You might as well be a boy band fan, homie.
Yeah.
I want the entirety of this to be good.